As we decide to speak with the elite of this city, we are surrounded by nothing but vipers and snakes. Hopefully we don't die. Oh,
Mr.
this guy.
Shulsky?
I didn't expect to see you here, of all places.
This guy.
You don't know how very flattering that is. And what brings you to the Imperial?
Yeah, I guess I'm here to join the Warsaw Society. Why not?
The cream of Warsaw society is here, so I thought it would be worth showing my face.
With a name like yours, I'm sure you fit right in. After all, someone must have invited you.
I came with my sister.
I'm not worthy. My sister brought me along out of pity, I think.
And so, Miss Ligia is here too.
Why do you ask?
No reason. What are you hoping for this evening?
Who knows? Maybe I'm keeping an eye out for the future Mrs. Szulska.
Best of luck. You'll need it, since Ligia ended up with the entire inheritance.
Alright. Wait. How do you know about that?
How do you know all these things?
People talk, I listen. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Well. What are you doing here then?
And what are you doing here, Mr. Konieczkin?
I'm passing the time.
Ah, curious hobby.
I'm simply interested in people.
Oh yeah? What do you do for a living?
A doctor, thaumaturge, or policeman could say the same.
Your interest flatters me. Who knows? Maybe the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree, and someday we'll even be friends.
How well did you know my tree?
We enjoyed talking and lending one another a hand.
Oh yeah? How do you... Well, I don't want to ask him why he has the scars. That doesn't matter. Ask how you knew your father.
Who did you say you were to my father?
A trusted acquaintance. I supported him with good advice. Though truth be told, he rarely needed it. Your father had a gift for making good decisions.
Which of my father's decisions would those be?
Ones that were good for your family. Perhaps we'll have the chance to return to this another time. Goodbye, Mr. Szulski.
Yes, I'm sure.
Alright. Goodbye, Yvonne. I'm pretty sure that guy's still the antagonist, but you never know.
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
Oh!
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
Well, alright then. We found another Thaumaturge, and I have a feeling that if I hadn't turned off nudity, we'd be seeing some boobs right now from that other Thaumaturge. Or no, from that Salutor. God. I gotta remember my lore here. Sure, point out her Salutor.
Your Siren is quite impressive.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition? We'll see who wins.
I'll pass.
Interesting. I can draw a conclusion, though. Gotcha. Well, that Salutor isn't the same one we saw that had the snake tail, so that one's still around here somewhere. Not sure. We should probably let her know, right?
I noticed a wild Salutor here. I understand your being here has something to do with him in particular.
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
So you'll do what you want? Oh, let's find out how much she knows. We don't need to make an anime necessarily, but let's poke her brain for knowledge.
What do you know about this Salutor? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is picking out the person in this crowd with the flaw.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
Well, I'll keep asking.
The person with the flaw attended the seance, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
Alright. Then I will end the discussion.
So should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Szulski, but you can call me Victor.
Now, Mr. Szulski, you will vanish like a bad dream, and I will get back to work.
Well, well, well. Alrighty.
And the general says to him, "Tell us something funny." Then Bałucki replies, "General, why don't you shoot a cannon first?"
That's a good one. I'll have to tell it tomorrow at the Orwoffs. Who might this be joining our conversation?
You know, sir, your face looks familiar to me.
My name is Victor Szulski.
Ah, yes, I can see something in your eyes. I was sorry to hear about your father.
I'll see you next time, darling. Wonderful party. See you there.
I think I've offended the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
This is hardly the creme de la creme. How do you find my soirée?
Sure. I guess I'll say what I think.
I admit I'm getting reacquainted with the social scene.
You spent a long time traveling, didn't you?
15 years. Over that time, I got used to harsher surroundings.
Believe me, drawing rooms can be just as dangerous as untamed steppes. You've met Anastasia and Marina. What about the others?
Sure, I'll ask.
I've already met several distinguished guests. Madame Samira definitely stands out.
She is exceptional, isn't she? Her presence is the crowning glory of the evening. Has anyone else caught your eye?
Ivan Konieczkin, for instance. Apparently, he knew my father.
How remarkable. I wasn't aware. Konieczkin is something of a secretive person. And have you yet had occasion to meet the debutants of the season?
I'll be sure to seek them out.
This evening, Sofia Skowen herself is to grace us with her presence.
Well, well.
I suggest you move quickly. The competition is fierce.
We don't need to find out more about life. We'll get to the point.
The crux of the matter is that I'm here because of my father. You knew him.
That doesn't sound like a question. Of course, I was his customer. I truly am sorry for you, both of you. The death of someone close is always a dreadful blow. Please accept my condolences.
Yeah, she should press her a little bit more.
Svetlana Petrovna, I must insist. Can you tell me something more about my father?
Mr. Szulski, I assure you we have the most delectable vodka. Besides that, I warmly encourage you to join Madame Samira's séance. It will be an unforgettable experience. I wonder, is that truly everything our soirée can offer you?
I've got no choice but to suffer through tonight.
No need to mince words.
She definitely knows something.
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Szulski?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Victor.
Ask.
Well, let's just go ahead and cut right to the chase.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms. But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
What?
What do you mean by looking in the same direction?
Uh-huh.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the Ochrana. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
The Ochrana?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
I know what they are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirees too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
I see. That large travel chest. You changed your mind.
About whether or not to pack. Right then, I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Yes.
Your feelings of guilt. Do they have something to do with the Romanov court?
With the whole empire. Ruski mir im podawaj. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is already teetering, but if it falls... La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Victor. Ideally, closer to the west.
Well, I guess we can ask about the pearls.
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed.
Well, I guess we can keep asking.
Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soirée?
Alright, sure.
I hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire. My father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
Not yet.
However, how hard it is, you should check there. It will give you more understanding than all the investigators put together. My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
I know you. I remember you from books. What's your name? Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table.
For you, sir?
The fool. Of course I was given the fool. How poetic.
Fool. Our dear madame is fooling around and thinks you can scare me off. I'm done wasting time on this.
Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. Let us also make every effort together not to spoil their visit.
Therefore, the Salita chased Sofia Scowen and her floor here. She seemed like such an innocent girl, didn't she? If I want to discern that little schemer's flaw, I'll have to join that sepulchral table. Either her scheming or her jealous knight in shining armor will help me identify her flaw. Is this seat free?
The energy is dissipating. Ladies and gentlemen, I am losing contact with these souls.
Well, it was the souls that chose me after all.
It's true. The gentleman has a card.
Let us lay our hands on the table. Let us allow our minds to liberate themselves from our bodies toward the edges of the world as you know it.
Are you thinking of someone exceptional whom you wish to summon?
Well, we don't want to interrupt.
Leave her alone.
Sergei, this has nothing to do with you.
Dear guests, I implore you, the souls!
Huh, you lack the dimension, force, or a Thaumaturge. Interesting. Alright, then I'll just irritate him, I guess.
Is that jealousy I hear?
Stand here, right now!
I accept the challenge right now.
Focus on someone you want to make contact with.
Sure.
Would a duel make you happy, miss? Between this poor man and me?
Are you all going to fight now?
Choose a location.
A duel over me would be truly beyond exciting.
Yes, I think so too.
Don't you dare! You were supposed to stay away. I was supposed to leave here with Velis. All that work for nothing.
We'll hear her out.
Tell me, what don't I understand?
Do you know who she is? Who her father is?
Yeah, we'll keep listening.
You're right. Sofia Scowen was meant to have her flaw removed, discreetly. But I suppose it's too late for that, isn't it?
Hand Velas over to her? Hell no, we gotta be strong ourselves. I'm sorry. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Well, let's find out if she was hired first.
Someone hired you to remove the flaw from Sophia. Who?
Take a guess. Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
Nah, I'm sorry. We gotta take what we gotta take.
It's also too late to stay silent. What's done can't be undone. Sofia Scowen is now the center of the scandal. I hope we don't all come to regret it.
Well, well. Boss fight time.
Just wait until Rasputin sees you. then you'll stop fighting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this evening the souls were particularly restless.
The souls have now told me everything I needed to hear.
And you, sir, what can you tell us?
Interesting. Well, let's apologize.
Sergei, please wait a moment.
Mr. Shulsky, there are only so many humiliations a gentleman can tolerate. I have reached my limit. Congratulations to you both.
No. Shoot.
I can see I won't convince you.
Well, I guess I have to admit it.
I have to explain myself. It was me who provoked the whole situation. Sergei didn't have anything to do with it.
But what was all this for?
What's going on here? The guests are complaining, and with good cause, I see. We're terminating this disaster.
One moment. First, Mr. Shulsky will explain himself.
Yeah, screw it. Now we'll be a dick.
I'm part of the upper crust, just like you. Could it be that plotting suddenly isn't much fun when it's targeted at you?
Have you destroyed me for the sake of a bit of fun?
Sophia, not everything revolves around you.
How dare you!
Young lady, we will gladly explain this in the forecourt. Will the gentleman with a book be leaving peacefully, or should we show him out?
They can try.
You're going to have to escort me out of here.
I hoped you'd say that, bookseller.
Oh, interesting. Well, I take it that probably could have been better, but, I mean, mission accomplished. We got the God, I keep calling the Thaumaturges the Salutors. We got the Salutor. Oh.
Thank you for an interesting evening.
Oh, come on. Apologize.
I'm sorry it all turned out like this.
Not tonight, please.
Well, then I wish her good night.
Ligia. Good night.
Is that him?
In the flesh. Allow me to introduce you. My dear hostess Aniela Nadezhinska and my dear friend Viktor Shulsky.
Your father had a beautiful funeral.
Thank you.
My dear, we finished for today. Now I'll find out what brings Viktor to us. What brings you here?
But you were the one who phoned.
Very funny.
How long do you tend to stay?
You look like you've made yourself at home. Are you going to be staying on here for long?
No, I'm afraid not. They're kind people, but I've experienced another vision. Though not fully terrifying, it is troubling.
Will you tell me about it?
Later. What brings you to me?
I need hypnosis.
Actually, I don't feel great.
Let's see what you've brought with you this time. Close your eyes and focus on my words. Concentrate on my voice. Relax and focus within yourself. Follow my voice inside yourself. Do you see him? He's remarkable.
I can't tame him.
You can, and you will. Look, he's afraid of you. Calm your heartbeat. It will scare him off. Calm yourself.
And we have another one to our collection.
You look better. You slept a long time.
Yes, it feels that way. What year is it?
Still 1905. Yet time flows on inexorably.
Oh yeah, I do look way better. Well, I guess I'll ask you these two questions and I'll leave you alone, Rasputin.
Have you known them long?
No, but Aniela and Lucian are my two good souls. They took me, an impoverished preacher, in under their roof. And I'll never forget that.
Are you helping them too?
I am a balm for Aniela's frazzled nerves. But enough of that. Tell me what you need.
What did she tell him about you?
Why was she looking at me so oddly? What did you tell her about me?
She's never seen a Thaumaturge before. I only mentioned to her how we met. Can I help you at all?
No, that's it. Thank you, Rasputin.
No, I won't bother you. We can talk next time.
The Narazinski door is always open to you.
All right, thank you, my friend. Now let's go ahead and find out more about my father's dying moments.